Hey, welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Second heat video for you here tonight. Doing this on a Thursday night. It has just turned 10 p.m. as I record this. But the schedule is out. Did a whole video on the schedule release, some of the more interesting things and nuggets from that schedule release, including the lack of national TV games. But I want to get into something else here, and this is in regards to one of the Heat's more important players coming into the season. But before I do that, the Phoenix Suns, they got cute where they did a thread of each NBA team they're playing, but with their fan bases. And they posted a hilarious photo, which is just of a bunch of empty seats, and then I think this next one's a rave, and then one of DJ Khaled. So, and I think by far that is the one that has like the most retweets. I don't think anything else went viral out of this as far as I'm aware, but the Heat did not like that. It's a pot shot. It's a cheap shot from the from the Phoenix Suns, and the Heat, they did what the kids call clapping back, and they posted the actual standings. And it said, interesting, when it says the Heat, they quote tweeted it, and they said, interesting, check in when you climb into that 24th spot, Suns, with a wink emoji. And it's a pot shot. I mean, what are you going to, it's one of these where, like, they think they're being cute, but it's not like, first of all, the Suns, I mean, like, what that's looked upon as one of like the rich basketball traditions in this sport, like the Phoenix mother bleeping Suns. And the other thing that's funny about that, I don't know why they felt the need to take such a pot shot at the Miami Heat, but I have a feeling it has to do with Devin Booker, their franchise player, revealing that he kind of wished that he got taken by Miami, because he lost a lot in Phoenix, like a lot in Phoenix. So my best guess is that is what spurred it on, is like, let's get Devin Booker's attention here. He's hanging out with Bam and he's hanging out with Spo. So let's make a fan joke at the Miami. It's like, dude, it's like, it's so old. It's so played out. You guys did the same thing. People did the same thing with the Florida Panthers. We get it. We show up late. You guys, you really nailed it with that one. It is, I mean, bravo, Suns. I mean, they've only sold out. The Heat have only sold out, for I don't know how many years. What are we talking now? 7 straight years of sellouts for the Miami Heat. You guys, you were in such a great ownership situation with your quack owner. Then you had to sell to another quack owner who's beefing with other owners and is going to hand the keys over to Isaiah Thomas. You're well run. So good for your petty show. I'm sure this will throw the scent off of Devin Booker, not realizing he's run by a bunch of boobs, and Kevin Durant won't ask out to get to Miami by the middle of the season. But do tell Phoenix Suns, please give us more of your jokes, your fantastic jokes. Where Goran Dragic told that franchise, I don't trust them. You broke Goran Dragic's heart. You heartless bastards. You want to know what kind of a sick person you have to be to get Goran Dragic publicly mad at you? The only time I've ever seen Goran Dragic that enraged is that stupid Australian member of parliament that I had a bet with. He did not like that. He didn't like your lying asses over in Phoenix and slapping Ben Simmons upside the head. But loving, adorable, sweet Goran Dragic, and you guys had him mad at you. And then you like, Devin Booker just said how great the Heat was and how much he hoped Pat Riley was going to take him. And we had Robert Sarver, and now we're run by Isaiah Thomas and a Dan Gilbert cosplayer. What are we going to do? Let's take a shot at the fan base. Congratulations to you guys. You probably should have checked those attended standings though before you tweeted that out, but holy hell, what do I know, right? Just sitting here. I will say though, as an aside, Jimmy Butler had that, that comment to Camila Cabello early this summer about, he wants the fans to be there rocking from the start. This is why I don't want Jimmy Butler saying things like that. You can think it. We all see it. I go to every home game. All right. I know what the situation is getting into that building, how much it sucks. I'm not here to make excuses. I don't need that being spotlighted by the best player. But that building, when the games are going on and, actually in the heart of the matter, the place gets rocking. It's awesome. Jimmy Butler should know that. He was there for a 56-point game. It was as loud as I've heard it for any Big Three game. It is as loud as I've heard it for any finals game. It is as loud as I've heard it for any game. And I didn't like that getting put out there by the best player saying, I like it rocking from the start, especially when, this is a guy who is not exactly pedal to the metal in the regular season all the time. But I digress. I'm lashing out. This is the Suns' fault. Phoenix, go straight to hell, dude. I really just sit this one out. Put your memes away. All right. Your most famous mascot is a stoner kid in the upper deck. It's time to relax on this stuff a little. All right. Anyway, I want to get to this. So Terry Rozier had a very confident tweet today, which I was excited about. And we will give a shout out to our boy, Brady Hawk. And Brady, of course, puts together his fantastic threads. Man does a lot of great work. I'm sure everybody who watches this follows Brady. If you don't, at Brady Hawk 305, go check out the work that he does with 5 Reasons Sports. He's tremendous. Kid's a young star, up and coming. I don't even say up and coming. He's up in here. Brady had a great tweet. He put a montage together of some of the crazy shots that Terry Rozier had made, which Terry Rozier, especially when he really got into his bag before the neck injury, the man was really starting to cook. He was really starting to find his flow, find his confidence. That Knicks game, the Cavs game are the ones that really, really stand out. And Brady had tweeted out, and he said, going to need this type of tough shot making for Terry Rozier this season. He started to find his offensive flow right before the injury, but man, he put together some wild shots late in the season. And Terry Rozier, as if to almost say, you ain't seen nothing yet. Terry Rozier, he tweeted out, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 snooze emojis. Boring, those shots. Watch this. And I got to tell you, that's Goosey's, dude. Scary Terry seemingly calling his shot. And they need him to. Terry Rozier, they traded a first-round pick for him. They traded a first-round pick for him. They got very unlucky last year with his injury, among others. And, this has been the missing dynamic of Bam and Jimmy. Really, they haven't had it since going back to Goran Dragic, a man who can attack the rim with ferocity, a guy who can create his own shot, a guy who can carry the scoring load and just get cooking. And Goran was so good at that, and he was so good at it in the 2020 playoffs. And, we know the type of shot making and three-point shot making that Tyler Hero is capable of. But his ability to put pressure on the rim is still an element of his game that's just not quite there yet, and Terry does bring that. And, not only that, with Tyler, he's such a clean shot maker. The guy can get on incredible runs and will have confidence of pulling up on a shot whenever. And he got a little bit, we started seeing, I think, Tyler Hero when maybe the shot doesn't look as perfect. That he was still going to pull the trigger on some certain things. Terry Rozier don't care. Terry Rozier will be, falling out of the stands. He'll be piggybacking on a defender. He'll do whatever. He'll pull up. He'll shoot with no regard for human life. But then also you saw the speed, the ability to get downhill, and that is going to be needed. That is going to be needed. So if they do have a Terry Rozier is coming back, ferocious, feeling more comfortable, I think there are still questions about how this backcourt is going to work and who's going to have to sacrifice to make it work the best. Even so much as like them on the court together a lot. Is that sustainable? Is that good? I don't know. We didn't really get those answers last year. They didn't play very much together. But just putting that aside, just his talent infused with health, yeah, I think it is going to be beneficial for Miami. And it is going to be interesting because Theyre is very excited to be in Miami. I mean, the guy grew up a Heat fan. He's a D-Wade disciple. And you want to kind of see the story play out, see it play through, because the last time this happened with a guy with Victor Oladipo, like, you didn't get the full version of it because just Vic was never himself. Vic never really got to that gear. You know, his first time coming here has the injury on the dunk. He got a little elements of it, like little spurts of it in one of the playoff runs, especially defensively, but never really offensively. So, and then when he got hurt in the next run, like, that was just everybody was so devastated when that happened to not ever get that from Oladipo. So you're hoping the Terry Rozier story goes different, like that. It's not. I get it. It's not the sexiest thing. It's not a star. It's not a bringing in a whale, but it should. You did not get to see the move to full fruition yet. So it don't buy a lot of national TV games, but Terry Rozier can put on a show when he gets cooking, and that can be a very exciting thing to see. And these guys all with more health, Tyler, Terry, Jimmy, with Bam, and then whomever they bring together. You're hopeful that with the infusion of youth. Was in the Heat locker room today because I was doing a tour with the arena. And they kind of took us around. The Heat wanted me to give a look because they were doing we've promoted that a couple times, and did notice in the locker room today, Kalel Ware, his locker is next to Bam Adebayo. So you got the young big next to Bam, the captain of the team. So that's a cool thing. And then Pelle Larsson is on the side with Jovic and Kevin Love, and it looked like Duncan Robinson's locker had moved to UD's old locker. And he's now sitting next to Love and Jaquez. And so Kevin Love's kind of there with all the young guys outside of Kalel, who is there with right next to his future front court mate. So excited though, man. Schedule out, season on the horizon. Cannot wait.